Hello, my name is Richie Slime Miracle, and welcome to the Slime Tier List. We are doing something very simple today. I've gathered 62-ish slime characters from suggestions from friends and Discord servers I'm in, and just my roommate, and some that I just thought of. And we're going to be ranking them on how much I, as a slime myself, relate to them. This should be pretty easy, shouldn't take very long. I'm pretty picky in which slimes I use to define myself, yet at the same time I'm not. I have a weird way of judging. Sometimes I'll just be like, yeah, every slime is me, it's okay. And then sometimes I'll be like, no, they have to be very specific. We're gonna be starting off with the Dragon Quest slime. You know, iconic slime moment there, but also not really relatable for me in any way. I don't like the mouth, and the shape of it is too... It looks like one of those like mini Hershey's Kisses that you get in the packs, and I respect the vibe, and I love how much of an icon this little guy is, but also, not me. For pure being an icon alone, I'll at least put them in C tier. Gelatinous Cube. Gelatinous Cube was, no joke, there are like two things that contributed to the original idea of my persona, and Gelatinous Cube was one of them. So we're going in the S tier, and of course that is S for slime. The next suggestion we got is the ocean from Moana, which is kind of silly. The way that it was justified was it acts kind of slime-like sometimes, and I get it. And here's the thing, I kind of vibe with it. It's not a slime, it is water, but the way it moves, and I like the like sass it has, and like, yeah, I'd kind of love to lead some people on an adventure. Let's put that one in A tier. It can't go in S tier unless it's a slime. Otherwise it would. Sorry, Pookie. We have the slimes from NES Zelda. Also very good. I like how simple they are. They're small. I like them. They don't have any unnecessary mouthage happening that I don't like. They have a good shape. They come in different colors. I love that. I respect it. They're gonna go in B tier because they're not my favorite, but I really, really like them. Slimer. Slimer is... Let's put Slimer in A tier just because he unsettles me, but also he rocks and I relate. Some of my friends call me Slimer. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I get it, but also look at that mouth. No thank you. We have B.O.B. from Monsters vs. Aliens. It's been a while since I've watched these series, but I actually genuinely remember loving him. I like the one eye thing going on, and the mouth is less unsettling than some of the other mouths. Blobby from Hotel Transylvania. I mean, come on, look at that thing. S tier. The Flubber from Flubber. I have not watched Flubber. I need to. Two of the hosts of my favorite podcast told me to watch Flubber, and I haven't. And it's such a shame because look at that guy, and look at him on my screen. That's so me. The glasses, the green, his moves, he's moving, he's grooving. That's me, bro. S tier. We have the Maple Story slime. Fucking love it. That's all I want to say. S tier. The Foolix from Pikmin 4. The Foolix unsettles me. We have the Mysterious Life Form from Pikmin 3. I like it more than the Foolix. It doesn't unsettle me as much. I don't think that I really vibe with the like orangey yellow color. And I like stuff floating in it, but I'm not really sure about the cube. I don't really relate to that. I'm gonna give it a C tier because it's not as bad as the Foolix to me, but I still don't really relate that much. Next, and this is kind of a godsend, is kind of all of the slimes from Slime Rancher into one tier. Thank God. There's so many of them. I could do a tier list on those alone because I do have thoughts. But overall, I'm gonna say A tier because most of them would get to S tier. But, of course, since I say most of them, that means not all of them. And so they will get S tier. We have Slime Gal from Shantae. I don't really like the feminine gendered slimes, but this was just too cute, and I like the movement, and I like the colors, and I like the little slime hair, and I like the S tier vibe. This is the other blueprint. You know where it's going already. Next, we have the Terraria slimes. They aren't really showing in this image, but they're simple and great, and I love them. They're just tiny little guys, and one of them is green, and I like them. I do prefer my slimes to at least have some semblance of a face, which I know I already put the Moana ocean and the gelatinous cube up there, and they don't really adhere to that. But I do prefer them to be faced, and so for that, the Terraria slimes are gonna go next to the Legend of Zelda slimes in tier B. Ditto. Ditto, I love Ditto. Ditto can be an exception to my no tongues please rule, because Ditto is kind of not fully a slime and like a little creature. I love a versatile little guy. Ditto is, oh god, Ditto's pretty hard because I'd almost want to push Ditto to S tier, but Ditto's not like fully the vibe I'm looking for when I'm getting slimy. So I'm gonna say that Ditto will be another A tier. This is a slime from the time I got reincarnated as a slime, which I know nothing about. I know nothing about most of these slimes. Whoops. But I do love this little guy. I love the shape. I love the color and the translucency. I love the eyes. Let's go. That is a B tier. We have a wizardry slime. Frickin' love this thing. I love this thing. This thing is gonna go in A tier. It's not exactly where I want it. Fucking love it though. I don't know how to feel about Master Belch. Master Belch kind of scares me. I think Master Belch is gonna be another D tier. Look how good they go together. It looks like they're connected. This is a Flan from Final Fantasy, one of them. I know nothing about Final Fantasy. I do like this more than Master Belch. I do really like the shape of this guy. Ooh, B tier. Flan Princess of World of Final Fantasy is very, very cute. Oh, that's gonna be B tier also. I do like a good pink slime. Oh, this little guy is perfect. This slime is from a manga called Any Highly Advanced Medicine is Indistinguishable from Magic. And I know butt fuck nothing about that manga. This little guy is an S tier. This Shin Megami Tensei slime, its eyes frighten me in a big way. C tier. The Final Fantasy What Fucking Ever Moose Princess. I also like that one. But I don't think enough to push it B tier. Another C tier for that one. I do freaking love the Mudman. The Mudman gets to be B tier. Okay. Here is an issue I have. This is the Oblex from D&D. I don't vibe with red slime. It's too much like blood in my head. I'm like, I'm fine with a little bit of blood. Not the vibe I want when I'm getting slimy. Do you feel? So just because of that alone, this one is gonna go, out of pure respect for D&D slimes, because I have a special place in my heart for D&D slimes. This guy's gonna go in C tier. So it's sort of same deal as the Dragon Quest slime of not my vibe, but like big respect. Goomy. Goodra, I literally said this morning to my roommate, is what Pokemon I am. So I think because of that alone, I have to go into the S tier. Slugma. I know what I just said about red slimes. Slugma's fucking good. Slugma is B tier. Light Seed. Is this a slime? I also don't know what this is from. It doesn't read slime to me because of that D tier. Because of the fact that I have plans to eventually get a green Stardew Valley slime tattoo, of course this is going in the S tier. I mean, look at them. Do you really think I'd say anything below S tier for that? They're perfect. And then we got some nature slimes from my good friend, Feather. This one freaks me out a little, and because of that, it goes in the freaks me out tier. However, this little thing, I don't even know what these are called, but I want to be it. I want to be them. I want to be this little cluster. So that is absolutely an S tier nature slime right there. As well as this big guy. That's just one big ol' cell. I love a good big cell. I love the big cells that are animal orbs too. I'm not gonna show that on screen because that probably freaks someone out. But you know. Here are the Genshin slimes, and I did used to be a Genshin player, not anymore. Whoops. But I do love the Genshin slimes. I think that they're a solid design, and I love how all the different whatever they are incorporated into them. I'd love to have a collection of plushies of the Genshin slimes just because I think that they're so neat. Not vibe for me identity-wise, but I love them so much that I think that they're gonna go to A tier. The Grand Blue Fantasy slimes are so good. I want to be that. That's in the S tier, baby. Also, Mold Small. Mold Small's easy. If I wanted to trace back the origins of my slime stuff beyond Minecraft and D&D, Mold Small probably would have had a small place in there. I fucking loved these guys in Undertale. They're so silly, and they're just a little Jello mold, and I vibe with that hard. I want to be a little Jello mold. I frequently tell people as a form of affection that I want to be a Jello mold, and them the, like, weird savoriness trapped inside of me as if we were an aspic together. This is a character from Arcana Heart who uses a slime to fight, so this isn't the character itself, but the slime that the character uses to fight. I love this slime. I love the shape. I love the way it moves. There's also a gif of it punching that I think is really silly. That's a solid A tier, baby. Leaf-footed bug eggs. Notorious B.I.G. from JoJo. I don't know. I don't know anything about JoJo. I watched one episode and it made me sad and I couldn't watch anymore. I dig the clothing. The shape is kind of weird. I'm not sure about the color. It's like kind of a weird muted magenta-y purple pink that I'm not quite as sure about as the other pinks that I've accepted. This guy scares me and JoJo scares me. This is in the freaks me out tier. Phalanx, Phallus from Demon Souls. I don't know anything, but this guy's badass. I'm gonna go B tier. More Dragon Quest speed round. Speed round music, go! Wubba from Mario Wonder. The 1989 Boy and His Blob. Big respect. I think that Boy and His Blob has very me and my roommate vibes. I love that. The 1989 one kind of looks like melted ice cream, which I think is silly. I'm gonna give that one a solid A tier, just because the 2009 Boy and His Blob feels more accurate to me. So that one is going to be S tier. Indescribable, indestructible, nothing could stop it. The Blob, 1958. I love to be an unbeatable king. Horrible gelatinous blob from Futurama. Yeah. This thing is so me-coded. I like the mouth. I like the drippy mouth. I do like, as I said, I like a peek into the slime mouth. And I like when it's drippy. And I actually think that the 3 eyes are really fucking good. And the color of it is perfect. Mwah, that's an S tier, baby. I need to stop saying baby. I really like the stun jelly from D&D. I haven't known about it for very long, but I do love it. The fact that it's a gelatinous cube that's just kind of a wall. I really like that. It's not my typical I relate to it, but I do relate to it enough for it to be S tier. We have this little creature from a manga called Slime Life. He's a little bit too anthropomorphic for me, which I know is silly considering Flubber and also Gudra, but I do prefer them to be a little bit more traditionally blob shaped, and this guy having legs just doesn't do it for me, but he's so cute that even though there's no relatability, he's going to B tier just out of being sheerly good. You can't do that on TV and Nickelodeon slime. I mean, come on, what are you guys expecting from me? I'm not insane. So this is a slime from Isekai Samurai. I fuck with it hard. I like the single eyeball floating there. I think it's very silly. It's a slime! And now into our Hiseki no Kuni category from my friend Cupid, we have some Phosphophilite. Oh god, I'm probably butchering that, whatever. I love this. I love the kind of melty body horror thing. I actually genuinely think it's fun. I think that's a good way to do human slimy thing. And I know that it's not fully a slime thing, but I also do, again, I like when that's how like a slimy person is done, that they're like melting and kind of grotesque. I think that that's really fun. Like that a lot. No relatability for me. There is gender. No relatability though, really, on the appearance scale. So this is going to get, I'd say, B tier. Ventricosis, sea slug. I love sea slugs. I freak out when I see sea slugs. When I see sea slugs, I point and I say me. So purely by that, S tier. You can't go in S tier unless it's a slime. Otherwise it would. I also love what was just described as Ventricosis' oh no. I also love what was described as Ventricosis' distant descendant. So also S tier. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Hermaeus Mora? That's as best as I can guess. Loving this shit and some of the other pictures I've seen. Love this a lot. A little bit too dark for me. I'm gonna say probably A tier. And then we have the entries that are from me and my roommate. My roommate really wanted to do Splat from Strange World, and I would be remiss not to put Splat in slime tier, considering that the whole movie I was freaking out every time this guy was on screen, and both me and my roommate were pointing at me going, me, you, me, so he is me. And of course, Doug from fucking the Monster Camp Prom whatever games. Doug is exactly what I'd want to be if I humanized myself into a, like, humanized form. I can't get over Doug. I saw Doug and I screamed. My roommate has sent me every Doug post she's ever seen because, oh my god, Doug. So yeah, here we have our tier list. We have 29 in slime tier. We have 11 each in A and B tier. We have 7 in C tier. And we have 5 in the freaks me out tier. This has been my rating. I'm a slime. This is my favorite 5 slimes on screen right now, if you couldn't guess from the way that I talked about them. I think that's it. I don't know how to end things. I think we're done. Bye!